the footage is being watched by these offshore contractors,
including a lack of clothes, bank cards, and worse,
facial recognition feature.
I marketed these glasses with the tagline, designed for privacy, controlled by you.
I recently found out that I was secretly recorded by Meta glasses.
You know those glasses that everyone is wearing now that record videos so that influencers can show you their daily life essentially without shoving a camera in people's faces? Well, what if I told you that those glasses are actually spying on you? And not just like, oh, people are spying on you. I mean, the company is spying on you by sending the footage and data recorded to subcontracted workers. These workers are mostly based in Kenya, where they are paid to sift through a bunch of footage in order to help train AI. I feel like we've heard this time and time again. It honestly should not be a shocker to anyone, but it gets even worse. A Swedish paper that I'm not even going to try to pronounce, but also goes by SVD, talked to the workers who have to go through this footage, and they reported having to watch a bunch of videos of people's private life, including things like going to the bathroom, their intimate lives, credit and bank details, and much more. In an article by Engadget. Why do y'all make your newspapers so hard to understand? Like, let me be able to pronounce the name. They wrote, employees in Kenya told the journalists that they've seen people nude, using the toilet, engaging in sexual activity, along with credit card numbers and other sensitive information. This is shocking news to some, but to others, expected. If you were the 0.01% of people who took the time out of their day that for some reason weren't doing anything else and read the terms and conditions, you would know that Meta hid in the disclosure that either humans or automated systems may review sensitive data, which then puts the responsibility in the users to not share sensitive information. Now, Meta claims that there are safety features in place that are supposed to automatically blur the faces of everyone in these recordings that are sent off overseas. But sources report otherwise, saying that sometimes this feature fails and people's identities are exposed. Some of this footage even included people growing corn, wink wink if you know what I mean, and in one case, a man's glasses were left recording in a bedroom where they later filmed a woman, apparently the man's wife, undressing, according to the BBC. But if you are one of these people who have the Meta glasses and accidentally shared some private information, then you are out of luck, bestie, because that data is being shipped off to Kenya to workers who are most likely being underpaid to confirm if the AI is accurately doing its job or not. With one Reddit user writing, data annotators in Nigeria and possibly India are probably being overworked and barely being paid by US standards, but still a lot since it's US dollar. Meta is outsourcing this and paying pennies to foreigners instead. Lose-lose situation for literally everyone involved except Meta. Now, this begs the question, if this information is out there to just anyone working at these places, does this mean that your bank details are out there now? Another Reddit user wrote, Meta probably isn't going to steal your money, but some minimum wage employee in Kenya might. Now, I feel like chances of this happening are quite slim, and there might just be a little bit of a bias in that comment, but nonetheless, it is a possibility that people just did not consider when they originally purchased these glasses because they were marketed otherwise, which perfectly segues me into my next bullet point, the marketing. These glasses were promoted by Meta with the tagline, designed for privacy, controlled by you. Or even better, you're in control of your data and content. Of course, now this is super ironic because these glasses are anything but private. I mean, everyone around you has no privacy whatsoever because they are not consenting to being filmed. And your videos are not private since they are being sent to third parties without your explicit permission. Now, there's a lawsuit going down because of this, which we should have all seen this coming. I mean, everyone loves a good class action lawsuit, but part of the suit against Meta is because their marketing was misleading, telling the customer that they are in charge of their own data, when in reality, the data, which is your own life, is being sent off so that it can train AI, and at the end of the day, make Meta more money. We're all essentially like the test subjects. Like, we're just the guinea pigs for this AI to train on. Like, people are taking your life being filmed through these glasses that we all kind of thought were somewhat innocent in the beginning, and now, of course, it's being used for AI. Literally everything is. People are also worried excited for what this might mean for the surveillance state that we are very quickly sliding into. We've seen this with Ring Doorbell, where customers originally bought the product so that they could monitor their front yard and see if like a package was delivered. Stuff that's very innocent, not so that the government could monitor your neighbors. With more and more devices entering the market that include a recording device, there are more and more opportunities for these companies to make big bucks by selling the information to third parties or even the government without the consumer even knowing that that's a possibility. Using that info to then monitor and track people even more than we already are. Basically, in summary, by wearing these glasses, you could be a spy for the United States government and you wouldn't even know it. Now, this is all really poorly timed for Meta's image. Not that I feel bad for a major corporation like Meta, who has shown that they really don't have any backbone when it comes to people's lives. I'm talking to you, Mark Zuckerberg, because only a few months ago, it was released that Meta plans to add a facial recognition feature called name tag. They're really pulling in that Instagram branding there. I see what they're doing. If it wasn't so scary, I would think that's kind of cute and cool. Like, oh, it's name tag. Like, oh, it's like a name tag, you know? But it's not. With this so-called feature, you will be able to identify people and get information on them while wearing these glasses. I don't mean for so many of my videos to be centered around like the scary future we're slowly sliding into, but I mean, this is just insane. I need to talk about this. Someone needs to talk about it. I feel like this hasn't gotten a lot of coverage. But of course, Meta is doing their job and claims that not just anybody will be identifiable, only those with a public Instagram account or a Facebook page. Yeah, that's basically everybody. At least in my generation, all of my friends for the most part have a public Instagram. I don't know if any one of us really have Facebook, but it's pretty normalized to have a public Instagram account, and I have a feeling if this releases, a lot of them will be going private. But according to the New York Times, Meta is exploring who should be recognizable through the technology. Two of the people said, possible options include recognizing people a user knows because they are connected on a Meta platform, and identifying people who the user may not know, but who have a public account on Meta sites like Instagram. However, this isn't even the first time that Meta has tried to put their slimy little hands in facial technology. The first documented use was around 5 years ago when Meta tried an automatic tagging ability, mostly on Instagram. If you posted a photo with your friends, Instagram would automatically identify the face and then tag the respected accounts for you. This was soon shut down due to legal and safety concerns. Some people just don't want to be tagged in some photos, nonetheless, like automatically. And older people specifically probably don't know that Instagram has a feature on your profile that show what you are tagged in and that is available to the public to see. I mean, just thinking about it now, like I could be tagged in some messed up stuff. Actually, no, it wouldn't be messed up. I'm a wholesome, great person. I don't do nothing bad, guys, right? I'm great. But like some weird photos that I probably don't want on my Instagram, and Instagram would just automatically tag me in that. Like, I don't want that on my page. I don't care if it's on someone else's, but I don't want my face automatically tagged to that. Then in 2024, two Harvard students released a video where they shared how they programmed their Meta glasses to detect people's faces and then find the information on that person online using a program that they developed themselves. On their phones, may I add.
We built glasses that let you identify anybody on the street.
Use it, you just put the glasses on, then as you walk by people, the glasses will detect when somebody's face is in frame. This photo is used to analyze them, and after a few seconds, their personal information pops up on your phone.
We use AI to detect when we're looking at someone's face. Finally, we use data sources like online articles and voter registration databases to figure out their name, phone number, home address, and it's all fed back to an app we wrote on our phone.
So if it's that easy for two college kids to pull off, I can only imagine what one of the biggest companies in the world could possibly do with facial recognition, especially since they have been working on that type of technology for over a decade now. But to make matters even worse, because this video has to go on, the New York Times got some secret documents from 4 employees who were willing to share this information, and they reported the following from an internal memo. We will launch during a dynamic political environment where many civil society groups that we would expect to attack us would have their resources focused on other concerns. According to the document from Meta's Reality Labs, which works on hardware including smart glasses. I'm sorry, that's disgusting. That is actually disgusting. Sorry, this is not part of my script right now that I wrote earlier. This is just me speaking from the heart. What the actual hell? I honestly should not be surprised, but it's just gross to hear that actually written out. I mean, this just shows that Meta knows what they are doing. By releasing a controversial and potentially even illegal feature during times like now, where we are facing wars and lots of other important issues that are distracting us, by doing this, they can more easily hide under the radar, and concerns will most likely go unmet due to other problems being more prevalent. So the amount of effort people can use to be concerned about facial recognition, very little, un poquito. That's like the only Spanish I know. I don't even think I said that right, but hey Meta, what is very little in Spanish? Just kidding. But one Reddit user put this perfectly. That quote is genuinely insane. They literally put in writing, "Let's do it now while the people who would stop us are busy fighting other fires." That's not a tech company. That's how someone plans a heist. People's hatred for Meta glasses did not just start yesterday. Even before all of this information was just recently released, the general public was still not pleased with how Meta glasses were being used. I mean, first off, plenty of people are not aware that these glasses can record you without your consent or knowledge, even with the little light in the corner. When you're going about your day and you have a million other things on your mind, you're not really going to pay attention to the corner of someone's inconspicuous glasses. And even if they do know that they are being filmed, there's not a lot you could do about it, because let's be honest, even if you're uncomfortable, you're probably not going to go up to that person and be like, "Hey, can you stop recording me?" I could never do that. I am not a confrontation person like that. I would just suck it up and be like, you know what? Let's hope whatever they recorded me doing does not hit the internet. Like I said earlier, guys, there would be no suspicious videos of me. I'm totally wholesome and innocent. I just sit in my room all day. So yeah, there's probably like a small percentage of people who would have the balls to go up to someone who's publicly recording them. But the rest of us normal folk, we can't do that. We ain't Karens. But TikTok is full of people who use these glasses for the worst by filming videos of them basically harassing strangers in order to get rage bait content. I mean, one video I found while making this video was just downright weird. The video was captioned, "If you want to get better with women, DM me speak on Instagram." So right off the bat, not a great vibe. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it gets worse. The man filming is trying to get the woman's attention by like waving his leg in the air in front of her, which is so childish. And mind you, we're at the airport. People traveling generally don't love to be talked to. It's already stressful enough. I don't want some child, man, squiggling your diggly dangy feet in my face, trying to get a hold of me like you're 5 years old. But then he asks her a few questions about like where she's going to.
I said, "I like your style. Very minimalistic, very small."
Without her knowing that she is being filmed, and so that's kind of a privacy thing. Like, most likely nothing will come about that, but still, this is information of like where she's going and where she lives. Blah blah, they keep talking. Low-key, she's the one to carry the conversations, but I'm a woman. I can tell when a woman is just trying to be nice and is low-key just like, "I'm just gonna be nice to this guy because that's what we've been trained to do." And you can tell that she's a little bit uncomfortable, but he eventually asks for her Instagram, and he at least has the decency to blur out her name, so at least that's not exposed to whoever comes across this video. But he never tells her that she is being recorded and filmed for a TikTok video to promote his course on how to talk to women. But in good internet fashion, of course, she finds this video and makes a response to it.
Yep, here I am, just minding my business at the airport. Didn't know he was recording me. So this morning I wake up and my brother sends me this post on Instagram. No idea he recorded this whole conversation with his glasses. Is that just creepy? He never asked.
But the worst part is that not everyone's videos are being put on the internet and used to promote some weird business like picking up women. Some men just outright use this to spy and stalk innocent women in private for their own enjoyment. Like in this video by Irlanda.
I was at the grocery store and I noticed that this man was following me for 3 aisles. He came up to me and said, "Hey, I think you're really pretty and I want to ask you out." And I noticed right away that he was recording me with his glasses. And I first responded, "Hey, are you recording me?" And he said, "Huh? No, I'm not recording you." I said, "No, I'm not interested." Which then my mind goes to like, ew, like does he do this to like get rejected and then just rewatch the video later? I just feel people have gotten too comfortable recording strangers and those glasses just make it too easy.
You don't know who is recording you and what they are doing with those videos. Some people are just weird and creepy and gross and have some really strange fetishes. So I'm not saying that everyone who buys these glasses are some perverts, but they're a tool that could be used for those purposes without women realizing that they're a victim of some man's weird fantasies. And with facial recognition coming out eventually, if the rumors are true, it would make it even easier for creepy people to most likely stalk women and find out a bunch of information about them with the click of, I was gonna say the click of a button, but it literally isn't. Like, I don't know how it would work, but you don't even click a button. I want to end this video with one more thing, basically mourning the loss of what could have been a great tech product if used the right way. But of course, we live in a world with a bunch of very strange people who for some reason love to film rage bait content, and the glasses are now tarnished essentially forever. It could have been great for people who wanted to record their mountain biking, their rock climbing, or for me, I would love to like record me going on hikes with these glasses. But now I feel as though if I were to wear these in public, people would look at me thinking that I'm gonna do some weird stuff with those videos, and that they're also going to be sent off to a foreign country for someone who's being paid a few dollars an hour to sort through. So it's too bad that a product that had so much potential was instead used to wave their feet in a woman's face at the airport. Am I surprised though that a big corporation like Meta using this to train an AI model, and that even though they told you that your privacy was safe with them, it wasn't the truth? Am I surprised? No, I can't say that I am. But let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. I'm curious to see what you think about this, if you think that the Meta glasses are a net positive or a net negative. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Subscribe if you would dare to have my videos show up in your feed, and I will see you all later. Bye!